Yeah. So this year's theme is a century of Black History commemorations. That's cool. Look, y'all just watch me learn something in real time. Not real time, but real time. That's dope.
Overlooking life, but that's the biggest blessing. Just engage with who you are and throw the biggest wedding. Just think of this as food for thought. You feel I'm overstepping. I got a good degree in knowledge if it's ever question. I'd rather see you shining than the
Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Chasing OK Life's Marathon, a podcast about anything and everything presented by LiveOK. LiveOK is centered around promoting mental health awareness. Visit shopliveok, that's SHOPLIVEOK.com, where the proceeds go towards making a difference. Now let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Chasing OK Life's Marathon. I appreciate everybody for tagging along with me. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and do all the fun things that's down below. Today's going to be a long episode, the longest episode to date. And you may be asking, how do I know it's going to be a long episode? I know I say it's going to be a short one a bunch of times, but the reason why I know is because I just spent the last 6 to 8 hours editing part 2 of the episode, and I'm recording part 1 right now. So I will be putting it out as a part 1, as a part 2, and as a whole. So if you want to watch it as a whole, I appreciate you. But I hope you enjoy the content. I hope you enjoy what we have, what's being discussed, and yeah, like I said, keep sharing, following, subscribing, and continue with the journey. We are at 77 subs as of recording, 23 away from that 100, and I feel like once we hit that 100 mark, we'll just shoot to 1,000. I just feel it in my bones. But like I said, I'm staying consistent, providing y'all an episode every 2 weeks. I know I said I was going to provide some snippets on Black History Month. I still want to do that, so maybe for these last 2 weeks I'll produce some Black history facts. I still am reading the book. I had to take a little bit of a break reading it because I spent the last 2 weeks cramming. I spent the last two weeks cramming knowledge for a venture that I'm doing, that's going to help me make the money until the pod pays me. But other than that, that's my life update. We had 77 subs. Let's get those 23 more. Let's get them sharing, subscribing. I will provide y'all with some more Black history facts, because Black history is American history, and I hope y'all learn the revisionist history, because if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And then if you just believe the one source, then you just go on being ignorant to what actually may have happened. So I'll leave it at that. I wrote something down and I can't read my own handwriting. Oh, it says rundown. Episode rundown. So we're going to be going, it's like I said, it's going to be a long episode. So I'm going to try to keep part 1 somewhat short. I do have a lot to talk about. It's just depending on how much I'm going to be talking. But we are going to, get into the sports. We are going to have our current event. We are going to talk about a topic. And we will get to a guest. No. Not a guest. 2 guests. 2.5 guests. You'll get the half if you watch the part 2. But yeah, let's get into it. I know I've been talking for a little bit for the intro, so let's just get into the sports. Where we at? Boom. All right. So in sports, I was right. I told y'all the Seahawks was gonna win the Super Bowl. Congrats to Seattle. Congrats to how does his name? I was about to call him Andy Dalton, and then I was about to call him Aaron Donald. Sam Darnold. Forgot his name. I was right. Okay. So Sam Darnold. Congrats to Sam Darnold. Getting the win after people done counted him out. But again, I think that just comes with poor coaching and poor team placement, because quarterbacks for the Jets are doomed to fail. Quarterback for the Browns seem to be doomed to fail. Quarterbacks for the Titans seem to be doomed to fail. But I feel like if you have the right coach and you're in the right situation, everybody has the ability to succeed. So it just took Darnold a few teams to find the coach that was right for him. I don't know if they've been together before, but the coach that was right for him on the team that was right for him. I know defense played a significant part. It was a boring Super Bowl because that's what happens when you have two strong defensive teams. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be a high scoring game. It's not gonna be flashy. So yeah. Congrats to Seattle again, and congrats to Kenneth Walker for winning the MVP. I personally, and the people who I watched the Super Bowl with, thought that the kicker, Jacoby Myers. I'm bad with names, man. Google again. Jason Myers. I know his last name was Myers. So Jason Myers, I thought, and the people that I watched the Super Bowl with, should have won the MVP, because he contributed for 15 total points, maybe more. But he outscored New England all by himself. And I know a lot of people, he couldn't kick the ball if Walker didn't get him down there, or if Darnold didn't get him down there. I mean, yes, it's true, but you still got to be accurate enough to, not miss, to get those points to put your team up. Because a lot of kickers, especially this last season, they was iffy. I think it was the past 2 seasons, kickers have been kind of iffy when it comes to, just making the kick. Yeah. Ever since they moved that extra point back from being the 2-yard line to being on like the 20, 30, something like that, kickers just don't know how to, put it through the uprights. But overall, congrats to the team. If anything, I think Myers, however you say it, should have got co-MVP for putting the team practically on his back, or shall I say on his foot. More in the sports world, All-Star Weekend had just passed this past weekend. I didn't watch any event that came with it. I watched the highlights, and I heard that the All-Star game, American versus the international players played, and I heard it was good. I gotta watch the recap or just watch a rerun of the game. But I heard it was good. I heard it got competitive, and I heard it came down to the end. But that's good. I kind of stopped watching the All-Star games because it got a little bit boring. I used to love watching it. I used to want to watch the dunk contest primarily. But there's only so many dunks you can do. And I saw the highlights from this year's dunk contest, and it wasn't it. Dude fell on his head. I heard he's okay. He didn't look that great. But all the dunks was, subpar. It looked like the dunks that Wilt Chamberlain was winning back when he was playing. Just, a little simple. Like, if my bunnies was back where they used to be, I probably could have won a dunk contest. But yeah, All-Star Weekend came up. But I'm glad, changes are being made to it. Maybe I'll watch next year, and hopefully, it's more exciting. If they do bring one-on-ones, have the superstars play one-on-ones, I saw that they did that for the WNBA's All-Stars. If they have the men's play a one-on-one, I'm definitely tuning in to see whose ankle's getting broke. Because you probably... No, because the big men, they be hooping too. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be entertaining. So if they can do like a one-on-ones, or I don't know, maybe like I don't know. I ain't the commissioner. I just got random ideas that be popping in my head. But I think if they run like the ones or something, I think it would be more entertaining. But yeah, so I missed out on All-Star Weekend. I will go on YouTube, see some highlights, and see if anything that I missed needs to be mentioned next week, or I mean in 2 weeks, which it probably won't. It'll be over and past, and not worth talking about. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. For those that did watch it, the Olympics, I believe, are still going on. The Winter Olympics, at least. Not at least. Just the Winter Olympics. But yeah, the Olympics are also going on. The Winter Olympics. There are some crazy events in the Winter Olympics. It just takes a lot of skill to be doing what those people are doing. We talk in part 2. We talked a little bit about what's going on in the Olympics, but the bobsledding, the skeleton, the like marathon on skis. Curling is entertaining because I don't know why it's so entertaining, but curling's entertaining. You sweep. I watched it a few years back, maybe 2 or so Olympics ago, and I was entertained by it too. By it then, I should say. But yeah, curling. I don't know why. I think I just be in my own world. Sometimes I put on something and I just binge it and forget that something else is going on. Like the Olympics, like All-Star Weekend, and I just forget. So missed out on a few of that. If it is still going on, maybe I'll sit down tomorrow, or while it's winding down, to see who's winning what. But like those speed skaters, it's a lot. It's a lot that goes in the Winter Olympics. I think Winter Olympics may be more entertaining than the Summer Olympics. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, I was watching something, and I was looking at it, and I was like, what if we put? I was watching they was skiing, and he was going in and out as fast as they can. Turn left, right, trying to stay in there on the course. And I was like, who would make professional sports more entertaining? If you took an average person, or even a like subpar person that I feel like subpar and average are the same thing. Either way, you take an average person and you put them in an event, and you have that person try their hardest to do their best at that event, and you see how fast or slow they go. You see how many mistakes they make, and then you put the professional in. You be like, yo, it actually is a lot harder, or maybe a lot easier than you think, when you see somebody of average athleticism try their event. I just think it's crazy that I just thought of one thing that I wanted to talk about with the Winter Olympics. I forgot the name of it, but there's a movie called The Eagle. So if y'all watch, or Eddie the Eagle, whatever it's called, I just know Eagles in the title. But if y'all have seen that movie, it's when they go super fast down the hill on the skis, and then they take off, and then whoever goes the farthest is the winner. I want to know how that, I could probably Google it, but I want to know how that just, there was just some people that was skiing, and they was like, yo, I bet you I could, jump further than you. And he's like, no, I bet you I could jump further than you. And then it just turned into an Olympic sport of going super fast downhill and then taking off as aerodynamically as possible and trying to land as far as possible. That's just ridiculous to me. Skeleton, I talked about it previously, and I talked about it in the future. That's crazy to me too, cause I feel like if I was doing it and I was going down and all I had is a helmet and my body just freely on this little sled, one move and I'm gone. More power to the Winter Olympic people. Congrats to all the winners. I did want to say that it's gonna bleed into politics a little bit, but everybody that's up in arms and upset that the people representing America is upset with America and don't think that they should be competing, y'all got problems, because y'all, I guess, are blind to the things that are happening in America. Like, we not great. We not. And if they're voicing that we're not great, you should, look and be like, hey, maybe we're not that great. maybe all the stuff that I'm seeing, all this chaos, maybe I need to, get out of my bubble. Maybe I need to try to make a difference, especially if those that are in power with the position to actually make a difference. Y'all should be doing something instead of complaining about people, and they're not even explicitly saying like blah blah blah. That it's hidden in the words. It's plain as day, but it's hidden in the words. There's nothing I can do about it, except tell y'all to listen to those people. I did have something written down. Is it a bad player, or is it a bad coach? And I kind of talked about it. I think it's bad coaching sometimes. Kind of switched gears from the Olympics and just went to like a whole new subject. But that's all I'm gonna say about it. Is Olympics, they get coached. But I feel like if you want somebody to reach their full potential, if you have somebody with a lot of talent and you give them a bum coach, they're not gonna reach their full potential. Some coaches are great, some coaches suck, and some coaches, some people were put on this earth to coach people and make them great, and that's why you have all the Hall of Fame coaches, all the people that when you think of a coach, that's who you think of. So yeah, I think it's a lot of bum coaches out here, a lot of people, especially the the parent coaches. I think it's 50-50, but I think if your dad is the coach and that makes you automatically the starter when you get there, then that coach needs. I mean, unless you him, then that's fine. But if your dad is the only coach and he was just like, yeah, you good enough at the moment, so I'm gonna start you, but you overlooking somebody that is possibly better as that parent coach. Are you gonna be like, yeah, I know my son isn't that great, and I know this kid is a little bit better, but he's also my son. Like, how does that work out? I feel like there's movies about it. I feel like it's happened in life because we lived a long life of sports, so it probably happened before. And if you experienced that, if your dad was a coach and you started and you knew somebody was better behind you, let me know. Drop it down. Let's talk about it. How did you think that impacted other people's lives? And why didn't you speak up and say, hey, dad, or mom? It could be a different sport, or it could be that sport. To each his own. Why don't you speak up and be like, hey, mom, hey, dad, I'm not the best. Maybe we should give Johnny a try. I don't know. I'm rambling. I do that. Y'all know. It's we're 32 episodes in. You should know by now that I just be saying stuff. Are we 32 full episodes in? Or are we 32 Chasing OK episodes in? I gotta look that up. Because I know we're somewhere. But for those that have been with me the longest know what I just said and what I meant by what I said. And for those that are just joining, don't worry about it. This is Chasing OK. We're on life's marathon and we're growing. So make sure you like, share, follow, and do all that stuff. But currently in the world. Oh, I forgot. That was me changing the subject because we are on to what's currently happening in the world. I don't know if anybody has or keeps up with the news and what's going on in the world and cases and stuff. I don't stay fully up to date with it because it's a bunch of nonsense in the world, and it's just if all the negativity just feeds on you. So I try to stay away from all of it. But when I do pay attention, like I did this past week, where Pam Bondi, who is supposed to be serving justice to the people that needs to be prosecuted, and all she did was a Mean Girls act. And I'm stealing the Mean Girls phrase from other people, but it's so fitting that I had to use it. If somebody presents you with facts or asks you questions, trying to get an answer, normally normal people would give a response to the question that's asked. They wouldn't say, or they wouldn't just completely ignore the question and then attack you for things that are not being discussed at that moment, which is what she did that entire time. It was like, hey, you got these names redacted. Why are they redacted? And then she goes with, why is Pablo Escobar, just a name, I mean, we all know who Pablo Escobar is, but why is Pablo Escobar living in your city, not fully prosecuted or serving jail time for this heinous crime? It's like, well, it's not my job right now. Like, and that's not the question I asked you. Why is the names redacted? He's like, well, you need to be worried about. No, I'm worried about this current administration. What's going on with this current administration, with these files, and with these survivors that are behind you, trying to get justice for them. And you can't look at these people. You can't damn near acknowledge that they're in the room. You don't. All you care, like, what is, like, I think there's a morality problem, or people just know something that regular people don't know, because sometimes I have to, like, question, like, I just be questioning, like, how are these people? I'm not wishing death on anybody, but I wonder, like, how are these people, like, still alive and living with themselves, defending child abusers. I wanted to be a lawyer growing up. And I know there's, like, you can be a lawyer on one side, you can be a lawyer on the other side, but you just gotta sell your soul sometimes as a lawyer or as a politician when it comes to defending something I would hope that is fundamentally wrong. So like I'm just going back to me saying I want to be a lawyer. Like, if I would have became a lawyer, and then I represented somebody that that unalived their entire family, because everybody's entitled to a lawyer, and if I was that person that was just my client is innocent, when everybody knows that he not. And if I'm that good at my job and I got my client off, I just let a family unaliver go free in the world. And just because you're making a few dollars being the lawyer that is that good to get somebody like that off back on the streets, I feel like that has to weigh on you. And for those that don't weigh on, like these politicians, like Pam Bondi, like, that, or maybe she don't know. Maybe she could just be messed up in their head. But you should know that what you're doing is fundamentally wrong. The people that you're defending are like monsters. So, like, you go home and you look yourself in the mirror and you're okay with what you see. You lay your head down at night and you're okay with the date you just had, the legacy you're leaving behind. You got kids, you look your kids in the face and you be like, You could have possibly been on the victim list, but you weren't, so it don't matter to me. Like, if you have kids, if you have a soul, maybe that's what it is. Maybe these people just soulless. Because if you got any type of care, fundamental care in your body, then you should, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just delusional. It can be like that. But yeah, a lot of these people don't have morals. And I just wonder how people can live with themselves, defending or even doing the things that they've done or continue to do. We all see, but I guess we get a little numb to it, and when you become numb, because it's just so much that's put out. Like, you get negativity after negativity after negativity, or just bad news after bad news after bad news. You're just living in, and it just becomes normal. And then they throw another distraction at you to make you forget something, and then you're like, oh, something else crazy just happened, and throw another distraction at you, and then just so many negatives. So much bad, so many distractions, you just forget, and then you just become numb to all the nonsense that's going on in the world. So I just implore the people to, I've said it before, do their research, care about something, speak out. Closed mouths don't get fed, because if everybody's quiet, then no change will happen. I don't consider myself a protester, but I know when there's a fight that I'm willing to fight for, I at least hope that I would put myself out there to make that change. Like, I try to make a change when it comes to supporting to mental health. I try to make a change when it comes to helping my people, because I mean, nobody's too small to make a global or big impact. As I try to focus on my core. If I make an impact on my community, I'm doing great in life. And if I make an impact on my community, if I make an impact on somebody, and then that person or that community expands and makes an impact on their state, and that state expands and make an impact on that nation, and that nation expands and makes an impact on the world, then trickle down. I just changed the world. One man can change the world. It just takes some time. I am rambling again, but I hope y'all stay along with me, because there's truth and sincerity in everything that I say. But yeah, lost track of what I wanted to get to. But I did remember. Just one example, since being Black History Month. I know, like I said, I'm not a big protester. I choose my battles. But we have to understand when things are wrong. And for those that do speak up, you are making a difference. More people have to speak up. More people have to protest. More people have to call for change. Because if the MLKs, the Malcolm X's, the Rosa Parks, the Black Panther Party, if those people didn't want to see a change in their community, to see a change in their people, to see a change in the world, we wouldn't be where we are today. I mean, we're not in the best place, but we're in a hell of a better place than we used to be. So, you know, one person can make a difference, can make a change. But it is a cold world. And kind of switching gears, but staying in the current event, cold world. J. Cole just dropped album of the year, album of the century, album of my lifetime. In all seriousness, no, J. Cole just dropped his album. Long awaited. J. Cole's probably one of my favorite artists. Hands down, top 5 my favorite rappers. Maybe top 10 favorite artists in total. Because when J. Cole dropped, I'm listening, and when I first listened to it, I was like, alright, he's spitting, it's alright, it's decent. Listen to the second one, I was like, alright, this one's ramping up, this one's good. Like the second disc, I was like, alright, this is ramping up. And then I gave it a second listen, I was like, yeah, he's alright, yeah. And then I gave it a third listen, I was like, man, he don't miss. Like, he really be spitting. Y'all just gotta be listening. Like, I was thinking maybe I would get like a GOMD, which he kind of gave. I just had to listen to it a third time to, get it. But hey, if y'all haven't listened to Cole's new album, go listen to it. He need to pay me for this promo because I'm about to get all these millions of people to listen, even though he got a lot of millions to listen already. I'm getting more millions. So go listen to Cold World. The Fall Off. It's a great album. Hopefully he's not retiring. I know I heard something about this the last album. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get something else. Hopefully we get the comeback or something, or rebirth. I know his titles be a little different, but hopefully we get something else. Maybe we'll get his new address instead of Forest Hill Drive. Maybe we get Cherry Lane. I don't know where he lives, but yeah. Cole World's out. People need morality. We need more people like Cole. That's what I want to talk about. We need more people. All right, so I know there's a lack of morals in this world. I know it. I see it. There's a lot of lack of accountability. There's a lot of just heinous people. But if they took MJ, Michael Jackson, not Jordan, if they took MJ, because they slandered that man. I never believed MJ was what they said he was. And every time somebody brought it up, I was like, no, he's innocent. If the victims say he's innocent, that man is innocent. And he's just out here trying to protect these kids. He was out here trying to somewhat relive his childhood that was stolen from him. That man gave us beautiful music. He was a beautiful soul. And if they took MJ because of what he knew, what he did, a riot needs to start. Like, anybody affiliated with the Files needs to, something needs to happen to them. I had a conversation with a friend of mine about, if you gun to your head, you had to choose a lifestyle. Either this is a weird conversation, but it was a deeper conversation than what I'm about to tell y'all. But I said, gun to your head, you had to choose a lifestyle, being a pedophile or being a abuser. Obviously, you're gonna choose abuser. At least I would hope that you would choose abuser. And I'm not saying either one of these are good at all, but I'm saying if you had two choices in the world, and you can't say death. You had two choices in the world. You either go to PDF world or you become an abuser. I would hope that everybody would want to become an abuser, because if you do anything to children, I wish nothing but death upon you. And if y'all don't feel that way, something's wrong with you. and you need to convince me otherwise. Because if you choose anything that leads to abusing children, protect the children. Children are the future. Children are children aren't born racist. They aren't born with hate in their heart. They, life changes people, but if you take the innocence from a child, something needs to happen to you. I'm gonna leave that at that. But that being said, Michael Jackson was a great person, a great soul, and there's a lot of great souls in this world that have been gone too early, and there's a lot of great souls that are still continuing being great souls, even if, and I was about to say, even if it's hidden, I like the fact that great people hide their greatness, because it just highlights that you're not doing it for the fame, the money. You're doing it because that's what you were placed on this earth to do, just be a great person. So I hope that the greatness in people outweighs the hate and ugliness of people. And with that, we move on, because it got a little too intense for the time that I'm recording this, and I could go deeper into conversation, but I'd rather have this conversation with people, because if somebody wants to rebut what I just said in the past 5 minutes, then I would really like to have a conversation with you to understand your thoughts. But moving on. Moving on. I keep forgetting which side my thing is, so it's got to be this side. Go left, down. Cool. All right. We'll talk about our topic of today, which I don't have one. Yeah, we want to talk about our topic of today, but I don't have one. I have the whiteboard up, and it doesn't say. Well, it says something, but I didn't do any research, and I don't have a chapter that I've read to give you my Black History topic. All right, so like I said, I don't have a in-depth topic review that I wanted to get into today, mainly because of the 2 weeks of studying that I was doing, non-related, just happened to coincide with Black History Month. But beauty of not being live and editing skills, I will give y'all some Black History facts. Just a few. I hope y'all do y'all research. And I was thinking, and I said in my thoughts, I said I will try to I hope that I can get y'all more Black History facts for the remainder of the month. But then I said, why would I hope when it's under my power? So I will try my best, and I will try my hardest to remember to set aside the time to bring y'all some American history facts that were impacted or that were made by Black people. So, Carter G. Woodson is known as the father of Black history. Interracial marriages became legal in 1967. 1967. Wasn't that long ago. William Tucker was the first African person born in America. Black History Month is celebrated by Canada, the UK, Germany, and other countries as well. I didn't know that. See, Black History Universal. I really didn't know that it was celebrated overseas in other countries. The more you learn, knowledge is key. President Gerald Ford officially recognized Black History Month in 1976 during the United States bicentennial. Thank you, President Gerald Ford, for officially recognizing Black people in Black History Month. Claudette Colvin was the first Black woman who refused to give up her bus seat in Montgomery, Alabama. So it wasn't Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks did it, but Claudette did it. And from memory, I think she just was sent to jail like immediately. I don't know for sure. Let me see. Beauty of editing. Okay, so Claudette Colvin, before Rosa Parks, was the first black woman to refuse her seat, her butt seat in Montgomery, Alabama. She was arrested by 2 officers based on this short reading I just did, because Google is a thing. Do your research. Althea Gibson became the first black tennis player to win Grand Slam. It's nice. Black History Month has a theme each year. I didn't know that either. What's this year's theme? Let's look it up. This year's Black History theme. A century. Oh, yeah, century of Black History. All right, so I didn't know Black History Month had a theme each year, and this year, as I previously stated, Carter G. Woodson founded or established Negro History Week in 1926, and then it later on became Black History Month. So 1926, a century of Black History commemorations. So Black History acknowledgement is 100 years old. Didn't know that. Look at us learning things together. So this year's this year's theme is a century of Black History commemorations. That's cool. Look, y'all just watched me learn something in real time. Not real time, but real time. That's dope. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get y'all some more some Black History facts moving forward for the remainder of February and possibly moving on, because like I said previously, American history, Black history, and I'm not for me. Maybe I'll have a topic and then I'll be like, this topic is brought to you by this event that happened so and so years ago by my people. But yeah, so that's all that we really have for you as far as the topic. And y'all know how we go. It go intro, sport, current event, topic, guest. Because we have 2 guests for you today who happen to be sisters. But y'all see that in about like a few seconds, because I don't have to give y'all no motivation, because I'm gonna give y'all motivation in a few little seconds, clips, films, things. Y'all gonna see what's coming up next, and I don't know how I should do it. Should I do like a grab and then I edit it right there, or should I do another swipe, or should I just smack it and then have it fly around, or maybe I just do all 3 and it just be craziness. I don't know, but y'all gonna see it. So I hope y'all enjoyed the pod. I hope y'all enjoy life. I hope y'all keep doing great things. Like I said, it's gonna be a part 1, a part 2, and a full. So if I just do this part 1, my motivation will be how it's always been, is to never give up and keep trying. Keep striving for what you want. Nobody's going to hand you what you want. You have to put in the work to get it. You have to grab what you want. If y'all ever watched The Pursuit of Happiness, there's a line that Will Smith gave his son, and paraphrasing, it's like, don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. You just gotta do it. There was more to it, and I just can't think of it right now. But the primary purpose of it was like, don't let nobody tell you what you can't do, because you're the only person that is in control of your future. Don't let a single moment impact the rest of your life for the negative. Make a single moment impact your life for the rest of your life in the positive. Keep doing great things. Keep living life. See ya. Thanks for listening to the Ramblings of a Madman. If you want to come on and have a conversation, feel free to message me at the email in the bio. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Life is about choices. It would be great if you choose to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and be great.
Ain't perfect, but ain't no complaining. I know my shit is different. I just can't explain it. Food for thought.